last year, I came up with this crazy idea to start a series where I try things that you've been curious about, that I've probably been curious about, so that you don't have to. And then I tell you if it's worth it, I review it, and just give you my brutally honest feedback. We've got everything from fashion to some food items to contraptions and gadgets. I had a lot of fun filming this video, although there were quite a few letdowns and a lot of money spent. For each product, we're gonna cover the price of the product. I'll give you my pros and cons, my honest review, and then we'll rate it out of 5 beans. 5 being the best, 0 being the worst. The first thing I tried was the Bala Play yoga mat, but what's really cool about them is they really prioritize design, so everything that they make, and it's all fitness equipment and accessories, is very aesthetically pleasing. So I bought the Play mat in the blush color, which is a beautiful pink. It's got like an arched top, and it's supposed to be anti-slip. I'm gonna do a little downwards dog just to feel the grip. This is important because you can get deeper into your stretches. Okay, so now I'm gonna test a forearm stand, which is really important because you need the grip on your forearms so you don't slip when you're upside down. So far, so good. Good grip. Feels really squishy, good support. This would be good for jumping or hit, and it's pretty quiet, so it actually kind of mutes the sound of the jumping, see? My initial thoughts were that yes, it's grippy, but it's heavy as not portable, and to roll it up, all you get is like a little Velcro strap that goes around the center, so I don't think it's really intended to be, you know, carried anywhere. It reminded me a lot of the Aloe yoga mat and the Lululemon yoga mats. I've owned both of them and love them. I think the color is great. It's absolutely beautiful. Although I will say, I'm pretty sure Aloe also has a beautiful pink mat, and they have a great green one in like a misty sage color. So is it worth the price? The price is pretty up there. I think the price is worth it for you if you're into the design of the style. I really haven't seen many yoga mats with a rounded top, and like I said, you're paying a premium for essentially the way it looks. Are there good yoga mats out there for a fraction of the price? Yes. Do they look this beautiful? Maybe not necessarily, but is that important? Not really for a good yoga practice. I give it a 4 out of 5 beans only because I think it's so beautiful. But if we're not considering the aesthetics and we're thinking about this as a studio mat too, then I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 beans. So you know that scene from Princess Diaries where they're brushing her hair out and she keeps breaking the brushes? That's basically my problem. The next item that I tried is a metal hair claw clip. Little backstory to this is that during quarantine, when everyone was popping off with their hair clip, I could not find a clip that would hold all of my hair. I have a lot of super thick hair, so it's been a struggle for me, and I actually caved and I bought a $75 hair clip. $75. And my hair broke it. This is what we're working with. A lot of hair. So I found one from a brand called KITSCH. It was only $9. I have to say, out of everything that I tried in this video, I was most impressed by this and most excited by it because for the price, I mean, it can't be beat. Here it is. I picked this one up from KITSCH, and I actually have a lot of face masks from them, but this is a metal claw clip. I'm gonna tell you right away, this looks really small compared to the clip that I use. Let me show you what I found, the only clip that has worked with me so far. A little size comparison. It's actually pretty snug. Usually when I do a half updo like this, what happens is it kind of like loosens up and then it falls down eventually. So what I've learned to do to help more of my hair fit is to do this technique that a lot of you guys sent me on Instagram, and you start at the bottom and then you start twisting upwards. So you can already see this is going to be a thick amount of hair to fit into a clip. And then hopefully, yeah, you can already see there, it is not all gonna fit. So, all my hair, it's a no. Half my hair, I actually think it's pretty snug, and this might be my favorite half up hair clip because it's also the perfect size. Is it worth it for the price? I mean, absolutely. Don't waste your time or your money going through all of the other clips like I did and break them. Beans out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It would get a 5 out of 5 for me if I didn't have so much hair, but that's a me problem. Next up, we're testing some underwear. Have you ever heard of mineral underwear? Me neither. I tried this brand and I ordered it and I didn't realize that it was mineral underwear that's infused with zinc. Supposedly, hoo-ha underwear is supposed to be good for your pH down there, for your hoo-ha, and it's also sustainable. Price point, I feel like for underwear is pretty steep. I think I paid about $30 per pair and I tried out 2 styles. One of them was acceptable. The other pair I didn't think was very flattering. The one thing I will say is the material is a little bit thicker. Maybe it's that zinc in there that needs to be a little thicker, but I felt like it would not be good for wearing underneath leggings. I wasn't a fan for that reason. But were they comfortable? Yes. Were they $30 comfortable? I'm not so sure. I picked up a pink thong and like a nude thong, and I remember now that these are actually sustainably made as well. I just needed some new underwear anyway, so I figured what a great time to pick it up and try it out. So I'm wearing the underwear right now. I can tell you I already like the low profile thong style better than the other one, but it doesn't feel any different from any other underwear. I will say my personal favorite brand that I'm comparing it to in my head is Parade, and that one is also sustainable. It doesn't have the zinc or the mineral aspect of it. Was it worth it for the price? I'm not really sure. There's no way for me to test whether the mineral is doing goodness for my hoo-ha. Beans out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5, just because you could still use it as underwear, but it's really not that great. But I'm honestly probably gonna change into my Parade underwear right now because I'm gonna test something that's pretty bodycon and a little bit tighter in silhouette. Next product I tried were the Skims vegan leather collection pieces. I don't know why I thought that it might work out for me, but it really didn't. First of all, the price is crazy up there. So for the leather pants, the boot cut pants, it's $98. And then for the bralette, it's $52. And I will tell you, it's great that it's vegan, but at the same time, you have to remember that that's essentially just fake leather at a premium price. Was it flattering? No. And I was really surprised because I thought that Kim K would be the queen of making clothing that is flattering for your body. The clothing just did not look good on my body. I also tried this one shoulder bodysuit. I'm very flat on top. I'm not the curviest. I have a little bit of a booty, actually. This shit made me look like a Roblox character. Like SpongeBob SquarePants. It just wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. I did, however, keep this one top, which is just like a very basic twisted cami top, but everything else was basically a bust for me. I think I did get a little bit adventurous in the things that I tried. It was very discouraging. Honestly, I wanted to get the black, but there wasn't any left, so I just picked up the darkest color I could find. I think black would look better, probably. So who knows if I'll keep this. So let's try some stuff on. You could see the sort of underwear looking lines. That is not my underwear. That is like part of the pant. I wanted to love you, but I think I'm gonna have to return this set. This top I can deal with. I need to put some like stickies on, but this could be very comfy casual or dressed up a little bit nicer, and it's very soft. So this I think would be a keeper. The pants, gotta go. Was it worth it for the price? I'm not convinced. Even this basic top was pretty pricey for what it is. I'm gonna say no, but again, you're paying for the brand name and Miss Kim K, you know? Pros are, I think it can be really flattering, maybe depending on the body type that you have. Cons are, it wasn't for me. So this is my own personal bias review, nobody come for me. But for me, it was a 1 out of 5 beans. This one was highly anticipated by you guys on Instagram too, and I'd actually been sent this way before I even came up with this idea to try things. It's this matcha machine I've been seeing everywhere on Instagram. It's called the KITSCH matcha maker. It was very expensive. I paid $369 for this matcha kit, and it's kind of funny because I see now that I Google it, it has a 1-star review, and that's the only review, and I wish I had seen that before I ordered it, but I was willing to try it out. So essentially what I thought it was just a machine that would whisk your matcha powder, and it looks beautiful, it's sleek, it's very aesthetic, the design is stunning. But I didn't realize that it's actually a matcha maker that grinds from tea leaves. So as most of you probably know, when you buy matcha powder, it already comes in ground powder form. This comes in leaves, and it's not common to find matcha tea leaves on the market, so you have to buy it from them. And it also says specifically in the manual that you have to use their brand of matcha leaves. So I'm like, okay, I have to pay $369, and on top of that, I have to keep ordering your tea leaves. That's expensive. That's a commitment. feel like I'm missing something because all that's happening is just like the water is being moved around. Very confused. Look again. Oh, look, it looks like I have to grind. Oh, great. How do I select the grind only mode? It doesn't even, like, how am I supposed to do that? Press the strength button. Ah! Okay. 1, 2. Okay, now we're in grind mode. So that should grind it. I see some powder. Okay. This is taking a lot longer than I would have expected. And she's noisy. I'm gonna tell you right now, this thing is noisy as hell. And all the time it took just to grind the tea leaves, I could have made 2 lattes. Now whisking. What is happening? Why is stuff still coming out? I think we're gonna try this again because I think I might have made an error in like how to use it. Very confusing, there are only 2 buttons. So I hold down the start/pause. Aha! Okay, we're getting somewhere. Even though I figured it out, it still took a really long time. So I'm kind of torn right now, but we must give it a taste test. The color looks good. It's not the most vibrant matcha that I've seen, but I think it's really cool that it's fresh from the leaf. Whereas, you know, the powder form is already ground up and loses its freshness essentially by the second. When it comes to matcha, some matcha tastes more like green tea and some of it tastes more like matcha. Like there's this distinct tea flavor that tastes kind of like, almost like jasmine tea. This one has that kind of flavor. But let's give it a fair shot and have it with some milk. We're gonna pour it over some oat milk. There is a tiny bit of like sediment at the bottom, so we'll see. Like I don't even want to finish this, which is usually, I can usually finish pretty bad matcha, but this tastes like tea. I was looking at my milk frother and some people make matcha in their milk frothers and I was like, you know what? There really isn't that much difference between the cup and the milk frother in terms of like the mechanics. And then as far as like the grind, I don't think it grinds finely enough because you can see all the sediment here. And there's like speckles. So if I mix it, it almost looks like there's like vanilla bean in there or something, which is not what you want. It's very loud, it's very expensive, it takes a long time. So I guess the only pro would be the freshness. I mean, this is just about as fresh as it gets, and convenience and cleanup because all you need to do is rinse out that cup. Listen, I tried to love it, I wanted to love it. Like, don't let the Instagram marketing get you. Don't let the design and the aesthetic blind you. It is so beautiful, but such a waste of money. And I'm really excited to hopefully get my money back, like to support with a prayer. Beans out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5. I would give it a 0 out of 5, but I'm gonna say the design aesthetic saves it, but really it's a 0 out of 5 beans for me. I'm pretty happy with the brow gel that I use right now, but I am gonna try this one out. It is, next up we have a beauty product, the Thrive Cosmetics Brow Gel. This I was excited to try because brows I'm very picky about and I love a good brow gel. That's what I use every single day. This product is fully vegan and cruelty free and I think it's also supposed to be non-toxic and my sister loves their mascara. So I actually ended up trying the Instant Brow Fix Semi-Permanent Eyebrow Gel. This was $24. The only concern that I have is that it does have color to it. The brow gel that I use right now is just clear and I love that because you can just shape it and be a little bit messy with it, and then I go in with a brow pen and I add just like a tiny bit of detail. I do have a decent amount of eyebrows. You guys can see there's nothing on my eyebrows right now and I've done the rest of my makeup. So we're gonna try this. Well, I can already tell you it's looking very dark compared to what I usually do. Yeah, that is pretty dark. Maybe I can brush it out with a brow pen. I feel like when a product is good, it's something that I would consider replacing my go-to with, and that's definitely not how I feel about this. I mean, maybe I should do this brow with my usual things so you can compare. And so this is how I would do my finished brow using my regular products. So you can see it's a lot more faint. It's kind of like a gradual fade into the color, whereas this one's a lot more stark. It's got that like blocky eyebrow look, which I feel like doesn't suit my face personally. So That's the usual. This is with the Thrive Cosmetics. And I'm gonna say I absolutely love that this brand prioritizes vegan, toxic-free, cruelty-free products. I think that's so important. You guys know I love clean beauty and everything I use is clean and non-toxic, but this brow gel, as much as I wanted to love it, was just not it. If they came out with a clear formula, I would love to try it again. But for me, beans out of 5, it was a 0 out of 5. Oh, and if you want a detailed tutorial on how I do my eyebrows and just my everyday makeup look, I have a YouTube video linked in the description box below, which is my everyday makeup routine. Haven't changed it in the last few years. I keep it very simple. Next product is Olipop. So this drink, I feel like it's been super popular, especially on social media. The price, I think, averages around maybe $3 to $4. So it's not your average soda. It's definitely up there in price. It's prebiotic. It has added fiber. It's vegan. It's gluten-free. It's sweetened with stevia. And I have tried it before. I haven't been a big fan, though I do have many friends who love it and are genuinely fans. I'm picky when it comes to drinks and soda specifically, so maybe it was just me, but I don't really ever crave this product. I'm gonna do a sniff test. I'm gonna be honest, it kind of smells like Sprite. Ginger juice, chicory root, Jerusalem artichoke, which is known to stimulate your digestion, shall we say. Okay, here's the thing. Me and stevia, there are very few products that I like with these sugar-free sweeteners in them. Very few. And if I had to choose one, my favorite would be allulose, but even then I don't eat that very often. I am not a fan. Beans out of 5, for me, it's gonna be like a 3 out of 5. It's not disgusting, it's just not delicious to me. It's not something that I would ever want to drink, but I could finish it, which says something, because when something's really bad, I just can't even finish it. On the topic of food, there were 2 more products that you guys asked for that came in highly requested. The first was Daring Chicken, and the second was Boo Foods. I've tried both of these and I just didn't feel like buying them again to try it, but my fridge, or my freezer I should say, is actually full of Daring Chicken. I've done a partnership with them and I love their chicken. It's really good. It's vegan and gluten-free, made from soy, and it's got some of like the best texture that you could find. Like it actually rips apart like chicken. It's definitely worth it. The lemon and herb flavor is one of my favorites, and then the original is really good as like a blank canvas. And then if you can eat gluten, the crusted breadstick finger type things, they're like chicken tenders. Really, really good stuff. So beans out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 for that one. And for Boo Foods, I'm gonna give it a 0 out of 5 beans. I've tried that product a few times. It is loaded with the stevia and monk fruit or whatever sweetener they use. It is possible to add too much of a sugar-free sweetener. Even though there's no real sugar in it, it can still be too sweet with those things. And I found it to be sickly sweet with the monk fruit or the stevia. And obviously I still see them in stores, so I know they do well and they have a fan base. But for me, it's a no. It's a 0 out of 5 beans. Back to matcha for a second. I tried Jade Leaf Matcha, which is a store-bought matcha that you could find at the grocery store. I believe I got it at Erewhon or Whole Foods Market. A lot of people have asked me for years to try kind of a more accessible and easily sourceable matcha powder from regular grocery stores versus online, because I'm very picky about my matcha. Upon Googling, it looks like you could find this matcha at Target and Walmart as well. For 100 grams, it's $24. Price is fairly reasonable, definitely on the lower end of prices. It's obviously not super cheap, but matcha goes a long way. It does say ceremonial grade on it, which is important, and I will link my matcha guide in the description box below. The thing about ceremonial grade is that you can kind of qualify as ceremonial grade even if you're mixing in lower grade matcha with ceremonial grade, so it really comes down to just finding one that's priced well. That's usually a good indicator. We are going to try it. The color looks pretty good. Smells good too, so I have high hopes. And whenever I try a new matcha, I like to try it without milk first, because I feel like most things taste better with a good plant milk. It smells like a lot of matchas that I've tried where it ends up tasting like Chinese green tea and not like matcha, but I'm just gonna try it. Okay, Okay, it's not terrible. It does have a little bit of bitterness. It's not as smooth and creamy and rich as other matchas that I like, but it's not bad. Like, I could drink this and be a pretty happy camper, especially if I was traveling and I wanted to take the stick packs. I'm gonna add milk. And there's our jade leaf matcha latte. Yeah, honestly, it wasn't bad. I'm kind of impressed. I feel like the texture could be finer and the flavor could be a little less bitter, but it's really not bad. This would be a good place to start. The reason why I'm so picky about matcha is I feel like if you try one that isn't good the first time around, you're gonna think you don't like matcha, but it's not until you have really good matcha that you learn the difference. So I just feel like it's one of those things. It's no different than coffee. Like, people are crazy about the quality of their coffee, but somehow when it comes to matcha, it's like all matcha is considered the same. Yeah, I mean, if this is accessible to you, why not? But most importantly, when it comes to matcha, if you like it, that's really all that matters. If there's a brand that you like that I don't like, because I have reviewed many, it doesn't really matter as long as it tastes good to you, you know? Is it worth it for the price? I think matcha is like a pay for what you get situation, so I would say it's not bad for its price point. And beans out of 5, I'm gonna give it like a 3 or 4 out of 5. Wouldn't be my first choice, but it's not bad. I mean, I drank it this morning and I'm gonna use up the rest of what I have. Last but not least, this one I've been really excited about. I've been getting served Instagram ads for this product for so long, and I was curious, but something about the packaging made me feel like it was gonna taste bad. I am a sucker for good branding, and I just felt like it's cute, but it looks like unfinished. It looks like, I don't know, but it's gluten-free and vegan mac and cheese. And it says it's brown rice, pea protein, and carrot stick macaroni. I don't know what that means. I'm not gonna lie, this does not smell good, and I'm getting less and less excited to try it. It doesn't really taste like cheese, it's sweet. The pasta's gritty. I don't know.
Veggiekins goes 2 thumbs down.
It's like 1.5 thumbs down. If I had to, I could eat this. I just would never ever buy it again. I don't know, it's not terrible. It's just, the smell though, I can't get over the smell. I like to smell my food before I eat it. So, is it worth it for the price? Probably not. If you're gonna pay premium for vegan mac and cheese, buy something that tastes good. Daya's pretty good. The Modern Table mac and cheese is pretty good as well. Annie's has a vegan and gluten-free mac and cheese. I mean, you've got options. You don't need to get this one. Beans out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 beans. I feel like I've been pretty brutal with my ratings, but listen, I feel like that's important because I don't want you guys buying things that suck. I have some returns to make, so that is it for this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this as a series, and if you do, we can do it again. I would not mind turning into kind of like a series and doing it, I don't know, once a month or something like that. Just to give you some context, some other things that I had on my list that might make it into the next video if you guys want another video are the Z-Star vegan salmon, the KFC vegan chicken, Sunscoop ice cream, mini macaron mini gel home manicure set. I mean, that's just a couple of the things that I had left over that I didn't get around to trying this video. And as a quick disclaimer, absolutely no hate to any of these brands. I think sometimes it's a matter of just personal taste, and also it could be very well that I just tried the wrong product from the brand and didn't hit their bestseller. And of course, if there's something that you love that I reviewed and I hated or just didn't like, it's no shade. Everyone's got different tastes. Like what you like, that's all that matters. All right, I'll see you in another video soon. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification button if you haven't already. Bye.